I didn't want to see this movie. I just went because my mom wanted to go and she wanted to have me come along. So I went, and thankfully I didn't contribute to this film's gross because my mom paid for my ticket. This movie wasn't good. I don't get why there's so many positive reviews about this movie. If I had to give it a letter grade, I'd give it a C. If I had to give it a number score, I'd give it a 4 out of 10. It wasn't good, guys. Don't see it. Especially don't spend money on it. Because, one, this movie really does not need to exist. And two, it's just they're just making it to make money. And like why, other than making money? Like, to this film's credit, they don't follow the original animated film exactly. They add a subplot with Gaston, like, tying up Belle's father, and the Enchantress plays a bigger role in this movie. In the original animated movie, she's only mentioned in the opening narration, but in this movie, she actually does play a bigger role. And the role she plays in the end of the movie was actually a little emotionally, a little more dramatic compared to the original. Like, it created more suspense, and that aspect of it was well done. Things this movie does better than the original: Belle and the Beast's relationship is expanded upon, and they have more chemistry together. So I appreciate that aspect of the movie, and during that time, we see more of Belle's backstory, and it's a reasonable excuse as to why she's so well read and like longing to get away from their tiny village. But other than that, the opening scene in the original, it was better because you just see these stained glass windows with the narration, with the mystical music, and it creates this mysterious, mystical tone, and you don't really, because of that, you don't really know what the beast looks like, and there's this build up to it in the original, and that was more effective. In this movie, it's just not. The Be Our Guest sequence in the original was better. The ballroom dance scene with the song Beauty and the Beast sung by the Teapot Lady was better in the original than it was in this. I've seen the original Beauty and the Beast 4 times, I want to say, in my entire life. The last time was about 6 months ago. And, like, it still holds up. It's still a very good, one of Disney's better animated movies, in my opinion. But like, this doesn't even feel like a movie. It feels more like a Magic Kingdom stage play that you would see walking through Disney World than it does an actual movie. Because, like, the costumes, just the way it's shot, a lot of the scenes, and, like, not to sound racist, but there are a lot of ethnic minorities in rural France in the 17th century. 'Cause, like, and I'm not just saying that because it's something to point out. Whoops. It's because, from an artistic standpoint, when you're telling this story, like, it takes place in medieval rural France, and, like, okay, if there was, like, maybe one black person, like, sure, I could let that slide, but no, like, Disney's really pushing a super multicultural agenda to the point where it's kind of annoying. Um, and it's, what else is there even to say about it? Like, it's just something Disney made to make money, and this is the only live action remake of an animated Disney movie that Disney has made that I have seen, and I don't plan on ever seeing it again in my entire life. I don't plan on seeing any more of these movies. I never did. I just went because I was asked to go. And I gave it a chance. I'm like, okay. Emma Watson surprisingly does not come across as Hermione Granger in this movie. She comes across as a distinct character, so I'll give it credit for that. But just sometimes stories just work better in animation than they do in live action, because having Lumiere and Clocksworth and all these other characters just in this obviously obvious CGI is just it just doesn't fit. This movie just makes me go, guys, don't see this. See Power Rangers instead. I haven't even seen Power Rangers. Just from what I've heard about it, I would recommend it above this. Like, unless you have, like, small children, then sure, go see this. Actually, don't see this. Stay at home and watch the original Beauty and the Beast from 1992. It's way better than this.